we're portraying is 1569, would use weapons that all work in the same way. They might be big, they might be small, but they're all going to be matchlocks. The most important part of a matchlock is the match. In fact, what it is in Spanish is called cuerda incendiaria, incendiary cord. It's a rope, a small rope, made of hemp, linen, jute, or cotton. But in any case, it's saturated in potassium nitrate, or saltpeter. Saltpeter is one of the 3 primary ingredients of gunpowder. It burns very hot, but very slowly. So it'll keep the cord burning at a constant rate that won't burn too quickly or too slowly. Now, as long as the tip of that cord is burning, the intensity of that smoldering is more than sufficient to ignite gunpowder. The weapons themselves are very cheap and very simple, which is why the monarchs of Europe love them. It doesn't cost a lot to outfit an army of men using these. What you basically have is a hollow tube, a serpentine, which is shaped like the neck and head of a serpent, a pan, and a lid. A lever operates the serpentine. That's it. There's almost nothing to it. This part sticking out from the side is called the pan. The pan is made to hold a little bit of gunpowder. Drilled into the barrel next to the pan, there's a little hole drilled right there. That allows the pan and the barrel to work together. First, we put a little bit of gunpowder here in the pan. Now we're going to close the lid tightly on top. That keeps the powder from falling back out. It keeps moisture away from the gunpowder, and it prevents the powder from being ignited prematurely. The rest of the charge will be loaded from the front of the barrel, and it'll all end up down here at the bottom. The match will be placed in the jaws of the serpentine, and it will then be tried or tested to make sure it's going to hit inside the pan below. When you open the lid, you lower the match into the pan, and bang, it will fire. There are many ways in our time to actually load these things. The Spanish prefer the use of flasks. You have 2 primary flasks. The small flask here is full of very, very fine-grained gunpowder to use in the priming pan. The rest of it, the main charge, is coarser ground for use in the barrel. First, we put a little bit of gunpowder, whoops, let's not get tangled up, here in the pan. Close the pan tightly, blow off the pan to make sure no gunpowder remains on top. Now, you take a little bit of powder, I can see I'm tangled up a little here, but that's not bad. Let me get this cord away. Out of the main flask and pour it here in this powder measure. When that is full, you simply pour it down the barrel. Now, if I had a bullet, which I don't have, obviously, I would now place the bullet down the barrel. Since I don't have a bullet, I'm going to put some of this in there for wadding. Now, your people refer to this as Spanish moss. We consider that a terrible insult. We call it French beard, and we would appreciate it if you referred to it in that manner in the future. Ram that tightly. Now the musket, or the arquebus, is ready to fire. Folks, I'm going to ask you to step over this way. Right over here would be fine.
Yeah, French beard all over you.
Now, the next 4 steps will conclude the shooting process. First, I take the match from my left hand and I place it in my right. Now, I blow on the end of the match to make sure it's burning intensely. Now, I place the match in the jaws of the serpentine. Now, this is the most dangerous step. We try the match. With the lid still closed, we lower that match to see that it will fall into the center of the pan beneath. When that's done, We take aim, open the pan, cover your ears, and fire. And a Protestant bites the dust. Are there any questions?
You're wonderful.
I am appreciative, ma'am. Are there any Protestants I can shoot for you? Yes, ma'am. Oh! Are there any questions about the operation, about our weapons, about our tactics, anything of that sort? Well, I thank you for visiting. Please come back. We have a camp open for your viewing. Ladies who are demonstrating camp life, not all of camp life, but the parts we can show. In any case, thank you.
Don't walk away yet. This is called a murder. It's a
Oh,
cannon.
you're going to shoot that.